Welcome back to No Mods Podcast. I'm your host, Jorge Flores. Welcome back for another episode. Another great Monday. Another nice cup of coffee. It looks like I barely woke up because I did. I got my little beanie because it's fucking cold and I started cursing within the first minute, but we'll see what happens. At this point, I'm just enjoying it. Um, and yeah, before I say anything else, got a bit of Nah, I don't want to flex like that. But I do have something planned in a bit. But I wanted to record before I got my day moving, just so I can feel my brain operating. Because I did notice the last time I recorded, the day went a lot better in the sense that I was able to process whatever junk is in my head. So I appreciate you guys for being there next to me so we can process stuff together. And again, this is the No Mods Podcast. I guess just to make the same joke that I've been seeing on TikTok, you say you don't judge. It's kind of like that. But that would be a lie because it's more of the aggressive family take on it where, like, let's say, let's think of an example real quick, right? I'm not trying to think of anything too gross, but let's just say you didn't have any sour cream, so you decided to use butter, right? Wait, what did I say? I think I just did something so weird I didn't process it. So let's bring it back. What did I say? What the? Let's yeah. Um, if you're having tacos and you need or enchiladas and you need sour cream and you decided to do butter, I mean, it's not weird. It's not normal though. But I'll call you a weirdo. Alright? Stuff like that. But I mean, that's within reason. I think there's moments where we set our own selves up for failure. But that's just me. That's my idea. Um, it's also my idea, and that's what I stand on, because I do that stuff a lot. Um, for instance, um, I guess the most silly kitchen related one, just because the concept is all everything behind the kitchen and stuff, is what should we call it? Oh, the simple. I'm too lazy to chop herbs, so I'm gonna steal them from someone else, and they get upset about it. It's like, ugh, you know what I mean? Or the salt and pepper one. What? Nah. Okay. That I find it insane. I mean, I think it's safe to say we all do it. Is that when it comes to like small menial tasks like that, I think we all kind of do the same thing. Cause salt and pepper, it's easy. It takes almost no time. But your ratio can be butt, and it may it oh my god. Moral of the story, right before um, let me just get to the point. Um, Salt and pepper, really easy to make. Everybody needs it in the kitchen, even at home, even at home. But the fact that you would be, oh, so I don't know if you knew, right? I think that's what I'm missing. Um, Usually when you're setting up your workstation, which would be like fry, grill, saute, even garde manger, is everybody has a little cup or a little nine pan, which would be like the metal container of salt and pepper mix, or they have them separate depending on the what the chef wants. Um, well, they'll have their nine pans, and I mean that's what they use. But there's always one person that's always too lazy to get their own. That they'll take yours, and then what's funny is there's moments where they'll reach and they'll grab it and they'll look and see that there's nothing in there, and instead of filling it up for you, be like, "Hey, you need more." And it's like, "You need more. Go home." And it's the same thing with herbs. You'll have like the herbs like um um I think I do a good job chopping herbs by the way. But when they're too lazy to chop herbs and they'll reach into your nine pan, you're like you're like, oh, looks like it's bad. You need more. It's like, dude, go chop your own. Like, who do you think you are? Or just because I'm gonna just keep rolling with it, right? Or even the simple like um if you have like chopped garlic or like chopped green onion or shallots, like they're not hard to do. But how are you gonna come over here and just start taking stuff? It's like, one, I can punch you right now. Nobody's gonna care. Two, you're not the chef. Three, even I give the chef shit. So who do you think you are? It's like, and no, I was gonna say, I guess when the chef does that, I really don't care. But when it's like someone that's can easily, or I guess the terms I've heard used is like when it's your job to set up the workstation, then do your own stuff. But if you're like the chef, that's like probably on the line for like what, like at most an hour. No, actually, you'd be on there for more than an hour. But for moments at a time, because you have to go do other stuff. Then it's like, well, yeah, like it makes sense. Like you, plus when there's enough rapport, the chef will make fun of you for stuff like that. Because it's like, oh, why didn't you do it if it's so easy? And it's like, oh, chinga tu madre, güey, te voy a partir la jeta. But yeah, oh, good times. I don't know. It's just funny. Um, I didn't think I'd start off that fast today. Well, let's have a good Monday. I know just to be clear, I do pre-record a little bit just so it frees up a little bit more time during the week. Um, I just started my day off, so yeah. And then I need to do an hour drive after this. I think they said 12:30, and I can't double check because I'm using my phone for the thing. Ugh, I don't know, man. Um, yeah, I just did small, quick upgrades just because I feels more comfortable with it, and I don't know. I'm still figuring out the streaming setup. For my research, I think I could just plug an HDMI cable to. Wait. Oh, I think I just need to run the cable. Oh no, but that's only for the Xbox because the Xbox has an output or an input output. Haven't I'm gonna look that up. Hold on. Can I connect other consoles through Xbox? Because I just remembered it has a um what's the word? I guess it does have an input HDMI cable because you used to be able to. I think they got rid of the app, or I just haven't used it. But you used to be able to run. You used to be able to watch TV on the Xbox in the sense that you would connect your cable box or whatever to the Xbox, and then you would open up the Xbox guide, and then you would see all the channels and use your remote like it's normal. It would just. I'm not sure if it was to buff it up or if it was just like one less thing you have to run to your TV if you had like a lack of cables. But now that I'm thinking about it, not that bad of an idea. But the only thing I need to buy, because I just got my paycheck, um, is an HDMI converter for the PlayStation 2, and then a video capture card for the Switch. And then looking at my research, it looks like it's better to use a video game capture card. Or, I mean, use a video capture card It's probably just a better setup as far as like the screens and stuff. I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm not winging it. I'm just trying to see what I can operate with until I decide to upgrade. So, but yeah. Um, Other than that, what have I been making at home? What have you been making at home? I bet I, I bet you've only had one meal at home, and it's probably the leftover turkey dinner that you had on Thanksgiving. So how about you start cooking a little more often, all right? It's good for your health. It's good for your stomach biome. It makes you poop more, but the poop won't be watery like it normally is, all right? So how about let's get some fiber. Eat some broccoli. Eat some green beans. Shit, even eat a fucking apple, all right? All right. So, um, oh, that's funny. Oh, you kind of see him. Nope. Not gonna point it out. Maybe you could figure it out if you watch the video on YouTube. And if you want to follow me, you can follow me on Instagram at adept_apron. And you can annoy me with stuff. I'm fine with either. Um, what was I gonna say? You know what? Just to be straight up front, I think deadlines are kind of scary in the sense where you're like, oof, I should have made time for that instead of walking the dogs or wrestling your dogs or giving your dogs a bath and giving them another Christmas sweater. Um, but it is what it is. Still having fun. But I say that in terms of what I plan to do with this podcast. It's kind of tricky. So far, so we can write it down. So you can see. Um, I want to redesign the logo. If I figure out how to write redesign, REDESIGN, ha. And then make a theme song. I know. I think the first 4 episode videos that I posted, it did have a bit of a weird thing, but that was just me messing on GarageBand with I forgot what you want to call it, but it was like a um, not a metronome, but what's the term? I don't know. It's not an arpeggiator. Um, but it was pretty much it would a looper, I guess you can say, and you would just hit like the beats you wanted, and you but yeah, um, but we'll see. I don't know. I mean, now we'll see. Well, we're gonna get to the bottom of it. Yeah, we're gonna fucking do a good job. Okay. Um, and then just because I recently listened to the podcast of Bad Friends with Morgan J, and then it tripped me out on how autotune works, and then I'm like, autotune doesn't sound too bad, but I'm not gonna do it. Um, or actually, lately all the podcasts I've been listening to have been kind of music heavy, but the Morgan J, or just the fact that autotune makes it, I think I liked it because I noticed it would make your vocals clear, or not clear, but like it would clean up. Like I'm pretty sure if I would use it right now, it wouldn't sound too raspy. But that's me. And then what was I gonna say? Oh, then I listened to the Rick Glassman podcast, which was pretty fun, and they just riffed and played music for like 2 hours. I'm like, how do? It's a talent. Like it was to the point they actually got my guitar and tried to relearn some stuff, which I don't know how to play, but I can play G chord, play D chord, an E major, an A major, and an E minor. That's about it. And then I got no strumming pattern, which is probably what I need to learn. And I don't know how to switch between frets, so whatever that means. I'm pretty sure that means I don't know how to play the guitar. Oh man, I don't know. It's funny. I've been like, oh, dude, hard music's hard and this and that. Like, I can draw, I can do this and that. Like, I would say, oh, so the whole point of the podcast was to challenge my creative medium, I guess you can say, or I don't know if medium would be the word, but my creative prowess. And like since the dawn of this podcast, I have ventured more into trying to paint, trying to draw more, trying to sketch more. Um, and I've done like a little bit more deep diving into it because I did want to pursue graphic design, but then I think I only fell out of it because I started going to the gym. And well, yeah, that's what it was. Because I tried to do a hard 75, and I would switch between the reading portion and drawing, or I would do what I called, no, well, you wouldn't call it anything. It was just like 3 cups of coffee and then decide to start drawing and painting. Um, Only because something about the rush of like getting your, I think because I was used to working out, that having like that momentum of like caffeine like rushing you and like it kind of helped me push the creative process, I guess would be the correct term. The only thing I didn't really follow up on when, well, that's a lie. I No, well, I'll blame myself because I didn't really take the time to learn it. But I think the music program that I was trying to use was kind of tricky to use for a beginner. Like it wasn't intuitive enough. And then there is GarageBand, but the only reason I was using this other one is because it had a better, it was more fit for the device that I have, which is the Kai Mini Pro or whatever it's called. It's like a little synth board. So I don't know, dude. I mean, it kind of so 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 to summarize what I want to say is that I started pursuing these small things, or I left the kitchen for a while to pursue these small things. I think in order for me to create a happy place or like a distance, um, so that when I do go back to the kitchen, I actually want to cook, like instead of it just feeling like work. And I think that was like the important lesson that I had to learn. Cause now I do, oh, mostly because of the injury. It is kind of rough for me, but I still try to do something, even if it's just a small doodle or a sketch, or whatever it may be, you know. Um, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, even trying to do this podcast was kind of tricky when I was in that state of like exhaustion, because I was just trying to fix what was hurting, what I felt bad, and it was pretty rough because I couldn't escape the loop. And honestly, episode one was me feeling a lot better, like with myself. And I don't, I don't know what the phrase would be, but like I do enjoy this. I do enjoy putting myself forward. I think I enjoy just interacting with an audience that's there, even if they're not there right now. But I know you guys are listening, um, and it's just fun. It's entertaining. I know my content's not that good from my perspective. All right, everybody's different. And I'm not afraid to be honest with myself because um, I told myself this is a fun project. I want to pursue this goal because it's not a goal that everybody has. Similar to like why I actually like going to the gym. Because bench pressing double plates. Well, I hear not everybody can do it. I think more people around you can do it than you think. But it's more of a test of like faith or confidence or both. But that's honestly all it is. Um, it's a pursuit of wanting to push yourself is what I'm enjoying. It's similar why I still have 2 dogs. Like they're cool. I hate them only because they ran away 3 times, and I've already had to talk with them. And if they run away again, I'm not gonna take them back. And surprisingly, they haven't run away. So I think they actually understood. Um, and because they're getting older, they enjoy car rides, so that makes it a lot easier on me. But I mean, is it my fault that they're big dogs? No. Is it my fault that I chose big dogs? That's a big yes. So um, it was very much a parallel of challenging yourself that I understood that the responsibility of two big dogs is gonna hurt, and I just went ahead and did it. And I'm not trying to say the responsibility of trying to make a podcast and do 100 episodes and trying to make it look professional hurts. It's just what's the term? It's an investment of time, of personal time, because it's cause like I just said, it's something I want, it's something I wish to pursue, and with that, oh yeah, oh yeah. Mm. It's been a nice morning today. Uh, I'm surprised I have my pacing back a little bit better, but it's still kind of tricky when you finish a thought, you kind of sit with yourself. But I mean, it's not that bad. Like I've noticed, um, silence isn't a bad thing. Even if for mental health, like you need time to process. I know I got some mucus buildup right now. I'm sorry to say that up front, but I can hear it, and hmm just to make my point exactly, like deep breath. Silence is not a bad thing. If you need to take more than one deep breath, then it's pretty much meditation at that point. So, or even if it's not meditation, it just what's it? It's just a breathing exercise at that point. Like it calms you down, it recenters you, and that's all it is, dog. All right, so get out there and get it. All right, it's Monday. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I know. I had trouble thinking of ideas because I think I put pressure on myself. Um. Oh well, and then oh, which is actually a good way to, pretty good way to end the episode this time. Because the only note that I wrote down was, it's funny that the Nomads podcast is supposed to be like very raw and like food on a platter. Like it's the menu item as is, but I keep wanting to add on more. Which I mean, as long as I'm not cutting it in half, you know. Because if I'm cutting it in half, you, you who asked for something cut in half, I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna ask you for $1. Cause when it's busy and you want to cut in half, you got problems, dog. You can just ask for a steak knife and cut it yourself. And I'm not, and I don't mind it when it's every once in a while. But if you're coming with your family of 10 and everybody wants everything cut in half, you guys are all psychopaths, dog. Like literally, you guys can just break it yourselves. And then I understand cutting it in half makes it easier to eat because then you don't have to rush and finish all of it, or you can save half of it. That's perfectly fine. But you can always ask for a knife. Just help out the kitchen a little bit. A little bit goes a long way, okay? From the bottom of my heart, if you want to cut in half, just ask for a knife. And if they have no knives, then obviously the kitchen has to cut in half. But I mean, let's be reasonable here. All right. I don't know. That's kind of all I got. Um. Oh wait. No. That makes sense. I'm trying to close out the episode, but I'm also trying to keep elaborating on the idea. But I think we're good because that's all I got. Oh, but the wanting to do more for the podcast, I think it's just me investing more time into it, or trying to. I'm trying to see how much fun I can have with it. Would be the better term for it. So, and I don't know if I should get a chair. Nah, it doesn't mind. feel like swaying kind of just helps me think. It's fidgety, right? Yeah, because if I got a fidget toy, that would be fucking annoying. That's not ASMR or anything. No, I'll save that for another time. But the those weird TikTok ladies, ASMR ladies, I find them annoying. Who enjoys a glue stick on a microphone? That's all I gotta say. Like all the bubbles and stuff is cool, cause they're like, oh, underwater. But I'm like, even then I'm like, what happened to the rain stick? But I just make that joke because I think every second grader, third grader, at least that lives in the States, has made a rain stick for fun during one of the classes. Wait, why was that a thing? Are rain sticks just like a random thing that they would have? I need to look into that. But why were rain sticks part of the classroom? Was it to like push instru? What is the reasoning behind the rain stick in the classroom? Was it just? Oh no, there was a teacher that tried to use it, but that was dumb. Why would you use a rain stick to try to quiet the classroom? I think I'm gonna send a few messages to a few people because I want to know their perspective. But that's weird, right? On that note, thank you for listening to the No Mods podcast. If you want to show your support, just subscribe, follow, leave a comment. You can make fun of me. I don't mind. If you make fun of the beanie, I'll find you. My mom made it, and it looks very good. All right. And you can also follow me on Instagram at adept_apron, where I try to post most of my food stuff. If not, I tend to just post stories of it. So don't be surprised if there's not a lot of posts. I think that's all I got. You guys have a great Monday. Oh, last sip of coffee. Let's get out there and get it. Thank you for listening to the No Mods podcast. I'm your host, Jorge Flores.